I think since morning a lot is being said about the changing trends, how people are consuming media. So I'll not take much of a time. I'll quickly jump on and keep the story short. So you, whether you accept it or whether you deny it, see, behind every Indian, there is definitely a North Indian, there is a South Indian, then there is a person from East, and then there's a person from the West. North is all about chole bhature. South is all about idli and sambar. West is more of a vada pav, and maybe you can say machi, and maybe East is all about march path. So when we talk about India, maybe as a country, so we see like changing trends within. Though we are proud of being an Indian, but yes, we kind of associate more with when we are called a North Indian or a South Indian. That is something that we really kind of connect with, and I think that is what brings me here. That how, so who we are and how are we trying to probably kind of wanting to solve that story, because since morning we've heard a lot about regional content, changing trends, people talking talking about very precise marketing. So there is no right solution for anything. More or less, I really want to talk about the importance of regional reach and regional impact. And I think again, while the discussion was going on, I think Sameer made my life a little bit easier since morning, because I think he also spoke about, because as a marketer there are a lot of challenges which people are facing because they don't know the right solution for which all market. So hence, again, it's a difficult question to answer. But like I said, India a very different a country, and there are various countries. So you can think about one solution for North as a market, and one solution for South as a market, one solution for maybe East as a market, one solution for West as a market. So there is no right way. And we have been urging, as a publisher, we've been urging, and Shahad spoke a lot about it in the morning, and we are urging the marketers to maybe look at when they're planning their campaigns from a different lens altogether. So there is no one-stop solution. Maybe people looking at maybe okay, one campaign for entire India, maybe one sort of a solution for pan India. That is actually not working, and hence as Way2News, we are trying to sort that story out. So I think there's a problem with the slides. They're not, I mean, not the fault from our end, but yes. So I'll think. This is who we are. Way2News, as the name itself suggests, we are a short news app, and the story that we wanted to create and sort out is a South story. Okay, when we thought about this product, this app was launched sometime in 2015, and from 2015 to 2019, we thought of kind of working. Yes, we can move forward. Next slide, please. So we thought, yeah. So this is who we are basically. Okay, we are South India's leading hyper local short news app. Now, like I said, we could have, when we launched, we could have thought about launching a pan India sort of app, but no. What we thought is, okay, South is our homegrown pitch. So we can say we are the Virat Kohlis of South, and we are very very much a Hyderabad-based company. So that is our strength. So what we thought is, okay, we have money from the investors, and not only kind of launching a pan India sort of app, which probably be a sort of jack of all trades and master of none. Rather, we thought, okay, let's think about, okay, what is the story and what is the problem that we can solve. So hence we kind of invested ourselves, because we had a deep understanding about Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and Tamil as a market. So hence all our investments, all our thought process went into these markets. Hence, from last 4-5 years, we have been working on this app. We've got almost decent number of consumer base. Hence, again, when I talk to the marketeers, when we go out and pitch our product, we are simply saying, okay, when you're looking at a certain campaign, we are not here to solve maybe an entire West story or a North story. What we are simply saying is, okay, when you're also talking about only South as a market, we may not be the right platform only for South, but maybe only AP, Telangana, and Tamil. So that gives a lot of opportunity to the marketers to kind of only trust Way2News for these two markets, because like I said, now within states, people, the way a Keralaite would think is very different from a person sitting in AP, Telangana would think. So hence, this is our homepage. These are the markets that we are growing, and up till next a couple of years, we are going to be investing a lot only into these markets. So we've gone for another round of funding, etc. Investors, you've been trusted from their end completely. So hence, Play Store rating is something, only a couple of news players, they've been able to achieve 4.8, 4.5 sort of a rating, because you eventually have to kind of go through at least 15, 20 parameters across, wherein, your app success, your connectivity, your trustworthiness of the news that you are putting across, your engagement levels with the audiences. So hence, also, when I look at it from a hyper-local short news app, okay, who we actually want it to be is not only a digital player. So hence, again, the shout out to the marketers is something that, okay, while we are not trying to solve the story only by being a bigger digital player. So the way we have, kind of built this product is looking at to solve the market, basically, not, one small medium. Okay, when I look at it, okay, there are certain top-notch newspaper brands, there are top-notch digital players also. But yes, we are looking forward to build Way2News as an app for a maybe which can be alternative to a bigger platform like a print. Okay, because so what we have seen from last couple of years is, Samir also spoke about in the morning that, we've seen a kind of declining trend when it comes to consuming news on traditional platforms. We are on the go. Today we go to, hotels, airports, we are traveling across. So hardly we have seen people carrying newspapers, etc., and kind of reading that news. People are on the go, people are consuming content on the go. Hence, again, you look at it from any different perspective, or rather any perspective. Hence, when I talk about, again, Way2News, we are very much regional, we are very much local, because the language that we are using, we are very much able to connect with the audiences. We are not using any common language. So in fact, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam is, absolutely different, because people are something, like I said, a North Indian connects with a North Indian language more. Likewise for any, southern states. Again, almost a 5 crore installs is something that we have seen in last almost 3 to 4 years. So again, so this is basically, these are the numbers. Almost 35 million monthly active users today we have reached. Only, again, primarily, dominantly, almost 80% coming in from AP, Telangana and Tamil as a state, and almost, our DAOs to mouse ratio are something which are, absolutely great. An average person, 28 to 30 minutes a person is coming and spending the time on the app, which again is a great metrics to look at, because there are hardly any apps which have seen this sort of stickiness and loyalties to any other news platform. And a person comes in the morning, and we are very, very much being read like a newspaper, because people are coming in the morning, reading, going for quick 10 minutes on the app, then afternoon, evening, and a couple of 5-6 sessions. That is something that, consuming the news. And hence, and we watched the consumer trends very, very closely, and we have seen a lot of, while we are acquiring new users, a lot is being kind of done to kind of make people stick back to the app. So again, very much a dominant player when it comes to South as a market, and predominantly AP and Telangana and Tamil. So this is again a very increasing trend. I mean, dominating in like almost 2 years, we've reached from 9 million to 20 million daily active users, and about from 16 million to about 35 million monthly active users. Again, it says only few apps. So I think the greater success for us that is working for us is that we are not trying to digress from who we really are. We are we understand, again, South as a market really, really well. We have done like a lot of surveys in that market, and we know what audiences from those states want. So rather than being a kind of going out to North as a market and West as a market wherein we don't understand the nuances of it, rather we thought, okay, let's stick back and kind of build this in a much better way. I think that's what precise marketing, or let's say precise targeting, that we look forward to again in next couple of years as well. Okay, this is okay. Now, if you see, this is like our Telugu dominance completely. Now, when I say Telugu, I talk about AP and Telangana, an absolute dominant player. You look at any newspaper there, number one, number two. Again, trends have gone down, and this is who we have become in last, let's say, 3-4 years. And people from AP, Telangana, they're very much sticking on to the app, coming and reading the news on the app, etc. So for any marketer, we become an absolute go-to for AP Telangana. So nowhere anyone can deny that, okay. So hence we can solve that story for any marketer today sitting in a country like India, because if they are looking at solving the story for Telugu as a state, and absolutely go-to we are. And when you compare it with any other news application, again, very much into the lead. Tamil dominance, again, the similar story, and still, again, the story is very much limited to these two states, and an absolute go-to again for these two states. And I think there is nowhere there is a clear competition. Yes, and we've been very clear with our narrative out in the market that when it comes to any other market, yes, they can. For that matter, within South also, Kerala, Kannada is something that we cannot solve. What we are here to solve is only these two states completely. Thank you. Case studies. So there are few. So last 2 months, last 2 years, we've become very aggressive out in the market, built our whole sales team, etc. And there are a couple of brands they've seen like a lot of success in these two markets. And here is something that I really. So again, you pick up any category today. Automobile, the good part is all the categories, like, a lot of people came on the stage and they spoke about that, okay, solution for one market could be very different from the other market, and hence that's how we have seen the success. So right now, if you see these campaigns, they are very much, for a presentation perspective, they are put in English, but they are very much in the local languages, etc. And that is a change we have brought, okay. The moment you kind of put any sort of campaign in the local market, which is kind of a conversational content, again, makes a lot of difference. So hence you look at any category today, they are very much active with us, and kind of getting an amazing results. Maybe we can move forward. So again, today, and also another thing is when marketers are looking at a digital platform, first thing that comes to the mind is performance, okay. Clicks to leads to whatever, but yes, we can solve that, but we are here to solve a bigger purpose, which is actually solving the market in its own way, right? When they go to kind of putting their ads in maybe in television, or maybe let's say newspapers, traditional media, nobody's even asking one single question that, okay, how many leads came in, but okay, the point is, why are we being asked those questions? So again, goes back to the same conversation to the market, is that, okay, please, when you look at us from a broader branding perspective, because what we are simply putting across is we are an alternative to a digital platform. We are to a traditional platform, and we are clear, we are here to solve the purpose which any today traditional medium or a bigger platform can solve. Hence, again, it percolates down to the same narrative that we want to build, that, okay, we are that big in the market. And if you look at it from a very lower funnel perspective, that is something we're not here to kind of solve. But from a bigger perspective angle, obviously, when you're that big in the market, it eventually solves your lower funnels as well. But yes, when you look at maybe from a broader angle, putting your larger pie of shares out in the market, obviously when a bigger purpose, Maruti today, when you go and talk to these brands, they don't talk like, okay, I will put maybe 10 odd lakh rupees and I want 5 cars sold. They are not talking that language. So today also they're talking about, okay, boss, okay, you're that big in the market, AP, Telangana, okay. So what we can do is we can put a pie of share, and then we can look for certain solutions. But yes, at the same time, markets are under tremendous pressure to kind of look at final conversions. That is the nature of the game. But yes, unless the brand is built in any of the markets, you cannot solve a lower funnel. Rather, the other side of the story is when the brands are built, then eventually sales happens, right? You don't have to push beyond a point. So again, all auto, e-commerce, telco, we have solved that purpose. CTRs, an average CTRs today is average is about 0.3, 0.4, but today in this sort of market we're delivering almost 1+ CTR, and the brands who have trusted us, they have kind of coming back again, back and forth, they're putting their campaigns because we could solve a bigger purpose for them. Hence, shout out to the marketers wherein, if they can hear me, I mean, very, very humbly, yet politely, I can request everyone that, okay, if for any other Indian market campaign, please think about other platforms. But yes, when it comes to AP, Telangana and Tamil as a market, we are an absolute go-to for these two markets, and we can solve a bigger challenge and bigger perspective for you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.